What's up, North County? Welcome to the Morning Brew. Monday morning, we are, March 11th, and we are ready to rock and roll. And I have a new morning show guest. I have Lorelei Capel. Welcome. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to talk all things Atascadero, what's happening in Atascadero, and we're going to even get down to the bottom of like the stuff that you guys aren't telling us.
That's my favorite subject.
Really?
Yeah.
You guys just like to let people know that the stuff that happens behind the closed doors?
All about transparency, even if we are government. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. How was your weekend?
It was great. Lots of baseball. The sun's finally out. Got a little too much, but it was so nice.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see.
Little sunburn?
I'm trying to think. You were sitting. The left side was the sun side.
I was right behind the umpire. So yeah.
You can always tell. It's like, hey, what'd you do this weekend? I don't know. Here's my sunburn on this side of my face.
We did. Yeah, it was great. We went to Rava pickup party. It was Western theme, and they had their kind of a bull riding and all sorts of hilariousness going on. So
no kidding.
It was good. Out in the sun.
I hear that. I've never been there.
It's really fun. It's really fun. I have a bunch of friends that are members, so I go as their plus one.
I hear it's a really cool venue for music, just everything. It's just really cool, really well designed.
Yep.
And you don't even see it when you drive by. It's kind of like sunken down below the vineyards, huh?
It's set back a ways, but when you get out there, they've got this beautiful venue. Again, outdoor music. They've got indoor in case it was going to be, bad weather, and the food was flowing, the bubbles were flowing. It was great, and the sun was out.
Yeah, well, you look at the sun. I mean, it's kind of started off, really late, because I thought I'm like, what the heck? So it's going to be one of those days, and then it burned off, and it was nice. But it got really windy on yesterday. Yesterday was really
we must
windy
have been down in a hole because it was perfect. It was just perfect.
So are you a member? Are you?
I'm not. I go with my friends. They all have a membership. But now I'm thinking about it because I've never joined a wine club. I know I live on the Central Coast.
So that was going to be my next question.
I've never done it. I don't drink a lot of wine. I just haven't thought of doing it, but it's so much fun. I'd go just for the events.
Totally.
The band, and to have it all to yourself, it was pretty cool.
I know, it's so fun. All these wineries have like their little pickup parties. They have their group, they have their members, memberships and all that stuff. And it's such a cool, I'm not a big wine person, mainly because my wife doesn't drink. She doesn't like wine at all. So we just haven't really done, but I can drink it. I do drink it.
Yeah.
But it's like there's so many cool wineries and so many cool places, and they do such cool things.
My husband and I started going down the list. They have a map, the beautiful map of the whole wine region, and we'll be like, let's go find like a parts unknown sort of place and just go have lunch, and I'll order some wine. He doesn't really drink wine either, so we'll just
do you like a punch card?
That's actually like a passport. Actually, the chamber does have a North County, wine passport, but we don't usually go for the tastings. I just want to enjoy our Central Coast and all the things. And I'm kind of ashamed that I haven't yet, but at the same time, we've got kids sports on the weekends and other stuff. So maybe now that we're entering into this new stage of life, we'll do it. Check them off the list.
Don't wish too much on that because it's not fun.
I know.
It's all the weekend. I mean, I kid you not. We were talking before we came on. It's like your life revolves around your kids and their sports and like their activities almost.
Yeah.
You kind of sit back and you think about your friends. Well, my friends are my kids' friends' parents.
Depending on what season we're at. Oh, we're in soccer season. We get to see the Rices. Oh, we're in. Yeah.
That's so funny because it's so true.
Yep.
It's like, all right, here comes football season. We get to hang out with this and that, and then become friends, and then boop. It's gone.
Well, we're still going to go to the games. I mean, we can't not. We didn't have a kid on a soccer team this year, but we had to go watch. So even though it's really cold, just because we have so many friends on the team and parents. So
now, you have two boys?
I have a daughter who's 20 and my son's 18. Yeah.
Oh, the last year.
Oh no. Gosh. I know we're gripping, but he's it's.
Are you
exciting.
like thinking about holding him back or anything? Like keeping him in high school?
Son, I purposely failed you. You will be repeating your senior year. He would die. He's got senioritis a little bit now. No, he's going to go to Cuesta. So
nice.
Close enough. He's going to go play baseball there and.
Okay, so you still
really excited. Yeah,
you still have some sports,
right? Yeah,
it's a little tougher when they get into like the college because of the sports. Yeah. Like my daughter went and did the whole softball thing here, this and that. Went to Cuesta to play, but it was just too much. Like her class schedules didn't match up with like practices and games.
I'm a little worried about that. I might need some advice. I'll be calling you.
Well, it's. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like they're not there to play sports per se, but you know, it's.
But he is.
Yeah.
He's like, do I have to go to college to play baseball?
I know, right?
Well, unless you make it to the MLB, son, sure, you
Right?
better.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, cool. So let's talk about the At Her Table yesterday. How was that? I totally wanted to go.
It was epic, actually. 55 vendors right downtown on Entrada. They closed off the street. I saw everyone I could have possibly wanted to run into, of course, except for you. And I'll forgive you. No,
Darn it.
It was great. They had, couldn't help but purchase some really cool things. They had everything from women-owned businesses t-shirts to one of the gals that works at the city has this amazing side hustle just that she does where she reupholsters things with Pendleton fabric, and she made these amazing bar stools. I'm going home after this and measuring, or tonight to measure them to make sure I can fit them. Just really cool things, beautiful jewelry, all sorts of cool stuff, and and food galore. So it was just a street fair, live music, some beautiful, young woman jazz singer just closing down the street, and
it was all women.
Band. All women-owned businesses.
Really?
I mean, they had their male support teams there behind them and working hard, but it was
very
awesome.
Cool.
It was great. Yeah, it was good to see the whole community coming out to support, and it was packed all the way from 11 o'clock to 5 o'clock, and
that's good.
most of them sold out. So that's pretty cool.
What was one of the unique items that you saw or booths that you came across?
Just I think there's some pottery that was epic. I mean, that was pretty cool.
Like what, bowls and glasses?
Yeah, actually.
Like coffee cups and stuff?
Yeah, it was bowls, empty bowls, just like with this beautiful shimmer inside. My husband covets his morning coffee and his mug, and he has his favorite mug, and I'm like, babe, I think this might be your new favorite mug. And I was pretty excited. They were making bowls for what I thought was actually empty bowls.
Oh, for the Echo?
For Echo. So
nice.
I was like, and I think a lot of local potters do that. I know Alicia Teague, who owns the pottery in Atascadero, has been doing that. They've been making their bowls and building up their stock specifically for this upcoming event, which I know we're going to touch on later. So it was great. It was just
cool.
awesome. You just never, they're just in our community doing cool things. Behind closed doors, you see them come out at craft fairs, but I'm really excited to work with maybe some of the businesses to say, could we have a maker space for us too? I know there's Morrow made in Morro Bay. There's locally made in Slow.
Something more consistent?
Yeah, just like, hey, I make leather, and okay, so you can have a spot in our general store. This is your little workshop in case you want to do demos or somebody wants to see you do your stuff. But when you're not in your shop, bring all your stuff in here, and you'll have a little area for display, and we'll collect all the people doing that. I don't know how easy it is for brewers or cheesemakers or something, but for a lot of those other things, wouldn't that be cool? Just all local made stuff.
Open air.
I don't think I'd shop anywhere else for birthdays. I would just be so personal to just pick up something for your friends.
You know what'd be cool? It'd be kind of cool, like say the Paso Walk.
Oh yeah.
You know how that's all open space?
Yep.
But have it to where it's all crafts.
Yep.
It's all, you're watching them cut and do everything right there.
Yeah.
That would be really cool.
It would be really cool. Yeah, I think we could do something like that. There's a couple business owners in Atascadero who've been talking about doing some kind of like a general store, kind of like the Paso General Store, or something a little different.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, just like a visitor center.
What about Friday night? Did you go to the fireworks?
I didn't.
No?
Because I was at a baseball game. We were beating Paso 1-0. The boys just had us on our edge of our seats, and I was keeping score, and I was biting my nails, and then we all went out to dinner and had a great time.
Where'd you go?
We went to Sushi Koku.
Sushi Coco.
Yeah, it was like a quick grab it and go on the way home from
Paso.
Right
there in the corner.
Yeah.
They closed for like
great.
a month.
Did they?
Yeah, in December I had this big, huge craving for sushi. Actually, mostly their miso soup.
Yeah.
I love their miso soup, especially when it's cold. It's just, it just fits really, really
Did you figure
good.
out why they closed?
Yeah, they're remodeling.
Oh.
Did it look different inside?
My husband went in and grabbed it to go, so I didn't get to see it.
Yeah,
but
they're remodeling or something. But
good. Yeah, they're strategically located, easy to go.
Have you been to the new one up above the Red Rooster in Paso?
No, I do want to go.
The old, there's been so many up there.
I know.
But now
With
it's
pizza, now it's.
But it's really cool because you have that whole, balcony area, overlooks the park.
The best view in town.
It's pretty. I don't know if there's can be like different sushis. I think they're all the same. I don't know.
Maybe like a fusion. Like there's a little fusion in there. I mean, you see some that are like very Hawaiian, where they've got the just kind of dressings that are a little different. I don't know. But.
Have you ever been to one of those Benihanas where they do all the stuff? So Yanagis used to have that, and then COVID screwed that all up.
The one in Paso had that?
They did. They had I think 2 or 3 tables. And, the guy would come there and do the funnel, the rice funnel, and light on fire, and then, throw, stuff into people's mouths around the table and stuff. It was super fun.
It was pretty cool. Set things on fire. I
Right?
mean, how could you not enjoy that?
And they don't speak a lick of English, and you just laugh and you talk to them. They're like, all right, but it's just such an entertaining, part of, my Japanese culture, as far as the sushi and stuff. But
I think the one in Pismo has all of the tables too. I think it was a Yanagi. I think it is a Yanagi too. Or
the one up on top of the hill?
Is that a Yanagi? I think they've got that going on too. So maybe we'll have to hit that up.
We might be winging it.
Yeah. Your battery die?
I don't know.
It's all good.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So now I'm flustered. Okay.
Let's just chit chat.
Chit it. That's what we're gonna do.
Coffee.
Oh, there it goes. It's turning back on. Dang it. All right.
Yeah. It hasn't had its coffee yet. Here.
I got like 67%. What's going on here?
I'll give you some time. We got Lori on the
we do?
on the line.
Awesome.
Now, so.
Well, let's take a break, and we'll be back with Lori Bryant with SLO County News.
Right on.
What's up, North County? This is Teresa Branch with Airflow Filter Service. We are a family-owned business right here in the North County. We have air filters, oils and lubricants, and hydraulic hoses. We provide services that include air filter cleaning, DPF cleaning, and waste oil collection. Come check us out at 1140 Ramada Drive, and we can help you with all your automotive and industrial vehicle needs.
Guys, we are Monday morning, March 11th, and my morning guest today is Lorelei Capel, and we are talking all things Atascadero. But right now, we have Lori Bryant with SLO County News on with us. Lori, good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys?
We are doing so awesome, and it's so awesome to see your face. And we couldn't even read all the reviews and all the mail that we got over the weekend of.
Oh, I bet.
How many people were so excited to finally see who the voice is.
Right. I'm positive. I'm sure it's
I know you're I could tell the
like
excitement.
More milk. Okay, so Friday night at about 9:27, I believe, there were numerous calls into Paso Robles Police Department. There was a young man shot in the leg, and they investigated and found that it was over a previous altercation earlier that happened in Sherwood Park. That's here in Paso Robles. He was taken to the hospital with a leg wound. To my knowledge, there has not been any arrests. And then last night, after midnight, we had a tragic accident out here off Creston Road by Franklin Pond. A car apparently was speeding and rolled, and one young man was killed. Or one young person, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say man. And the driver has not been located as of right now. So that was that's the big news. There were a couple other accidents. There is an accident this morning off of Girardi in San Luis. Fire department and police are on scene, and that should be cleared up soon. And that's pretty much it. It was a gorgeous weekend. I hope everybody got to go out and celebrate Women's Weekend. And I went to San Luis myself twice, and it was great. Watched some beautiful singers. And that's pretty much it. I don't have a whole, I shouldn't say don't have a whole lot more, because it was pretty exciting this weekend, unfortunately.
Where does, when you went to San Luis, do you go down to the plaza? Is that where everything happens?
I went to Liquid Gravity Brewing Company. That's where I went. They had singers at the brewing company off of Clarion, and it was amazing. They were all local women singers, and most of them are in bands. And so I went to that yesterday. That's what I did. I didn't go to the plaza.
Huh. So Lori, are you a concert goer? Are you one of those ones that go and go to the different music venues and the parks and that kind of stuff. Is that kind of like one of your joys?
Yeah, like I like going to Cal Coast. They have great singers there. I like going to. I mean, last year I got to see Pink and Alanis Morissette, and so yeah, I love music. And so if I can go, like this year, I've already got concerts lined up. I'm going to go see Alanis again, and some other bands. I just love music. I love, it's I don't know, it's just me.
Have you gotten a chance to check out our Backstage Pass show with our
I have.
musicians, and what do you think
I
about
think
that?
it's wonderful because we need to support our local folks, right? And we get to, it's like a lot of them, unless you have to like really pay attention because you'll miss it. Like Ghost Monsters is a really good band that I've gone to see numerous times in Atascadero, in Paso. And so, yeah, I love the fact that our local folks are starting out and you guys support them. And it's an amazing thing. We need to have more of it, That's
Awesome.
why I love your show.
Awesome. Well, very cool, Lori. Well, we appreciate you calling in. We appreciate you coming on camera now, our new gig. We appreciate the support on that for us. And you have a great day. Enjoy the sun, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yes, you too. Be safe, everyone, and nice to see you, Lorelei.
Nice to see
Have
you
a wonderful
too.
day, guys.
All right,
Lori.
bye-bye.
Bye.
Lori Bryant, Slow County News. They've got like 30,000 followers.
Face to go with the name.
Right?
Yeah,
I know, right?
That is.
Everybody's like, whoa,
yeah.
can finally see her.
She does. She has a face. That's awesome.
So, what about, like, you guys are having all kinds of music too. So what's
yeah.
the draw? How do you select, like, when you're, concerts, because you do this stuff in the concerts in the in the
plaza and park.
So you do them in both places.
Yeah.
So do they obviously they submit in, but what's the process of you guys going yay or nay?
I don't get to be part of that process. I marvel at how Terry does it because she curates such a good list, but she's always thinking who's new, who do people love, who plays the most and who needs more airtime. I think she goes through all those steps in the process when she chooses them, but it's not just her. I think it's a group. And our people are our residents are so excited to have something to do. Every event we have, everybody comes out of their homes. I mean, it's so exciting. So anytime she gets a big band downtown, everybody's there. Everyone and their mother and their uncle. And
is there any projection to have like anything like really big, like something big, not just like local gigs, but just
actually,
like big?
So Fall Festival is huge.
Right.
I mean, the first year it was like Battle of the Bands, and we had everything from Pato Bonton as our headliner at the end of the show to like all the high school Battle of the Bands, where they literally had 40 bands a day on different stages going back and forth, and it was just really cool. But in the future, I've heard. Had some great conversations with some local property owners about maybe creating a venue downtown, like something along like the Siren maybe, and kind of
cool.
curating that. Our people are hungry for something like that. We love going to Morro Bay and the Siren, but how neat would it be to have another something like that?
Is there any space available like that, you think?
There will be.
So it'd have to be
kind
built.
of keeping, it's actually, I think leases are up, and I think everybody's looking at specific spaces. Like, wouldn't it be cool if when Sherwin-Williams, for example, they've got, at least 16 or 18 months on their lease. Like, why don't we build them something now? And when that space is over, it's right
at the
in the
south end of Atascadero?
right smack in the middle of downtown. So the gentleman who owns that property is talking with them about building them a new space, and maybe we do musical spaces. So that's a long ways away.
So is that kind of like what we were
downtown.
talking about, where like the property owners are all pretty much the same?
We do have a lot of the same property. A few people own a lot of the buildings, and that's just, we've got a couple big landlords in town. There's always those one-offs, but yeah, there's, you see the names on the buildings and when they're up for rent, and same brokers. So it works great because they, as long as they take care of their people and their tenants, our businesses are happy. And
I see Blast and Brew put their sign up, and they're they're ready to rock and roll.
We've been waiting for that for so long. Yeah, it'll be exciting.
Have you, because they have big enough venue inside for music.
It's like 32,000 square feet in there with a full kitchen, and I think they're keeping all the brewing operations. So
because when Santa Maria Brew was there, they had music. They had indoor and outdoor music.
Yeah, that's going to be big. I haven't touched base with the owners in about a year, but they've been working on plans. So I don't think there's a lot they have to do. I mean,
is that so there's one in Paso, right? And is that the same one that's in Pismo?
So it's under like Blast LLC. I think they have a couple, but it's I think more closely related to the one in Pismo than the one in Paso. So there's Blast 825 on their like business license, and then
there's that one's in
Blast
San Luis.
Brew, which is like a sister company. So I think they're all somehow related.
Okay.
But it's a different kind of LLC. So yeah. So
and the concept is pretty cool.
It is great.
As far as, I mean, you just go around, you pay for, just a little drop or half a glass or quarter full, whatever.
Pay for what you drink.
Put your mouth under it and just go. I don't know.
Could be a good competition.
Right?
I see a competition coming.
So since we're on business, I mean, sometimes we put together schedules and we never talk about any of them. So, but since we're on businesses, let's talk about some other businesses. Like, I always like to hear about what's coming in, because we live in this area that I don't think we're past newspaper days. You get your newspaper every day. It's like, oh, hey, so-and-so is opening up.
Yeah.
It's basically, it's right here. It's social media.
Yeah, it's immediate.
But there's so much stuff going on, I feel, in the North County.
Yeah.
So what are some of the new ones coming into Atascadero?
Well, the things that are going to open really, really soon, I think we talked about it maybe on a previous show, but Johnny's Bakery and Jewish Delicatessen, Emily, who owns Bramble Pie Company, who's killing it right there. She's moving into the second storefront right next door and opening up a full Jewish bakery, delicatessen, and she should be open before, she wants to be open before St. Patty's Day. I think she's just got to wait for county health to... like corned
this
beef,
weekend.
you can get it hot, get it soon. So that's really exciting. We're working with a barbecue place in Atascadero. We'll see. You don't count your chickens before you cut the ribbon.
Is it a local barbecue guy?
It's a gentleman who's been here. He's been doing catering, and he's ready for brick and mortar. So very exciting. I think he's looking at signing the lease right now, if we don't jinx anything.
Where would that be?
Right downtown in La Plaza, the Plaza building, right directly across from City Hall in Atascadero. If you look across Sunken Gardens, so where LOL Yogurt is, kind of like Clem's gas station.
Okay.
And that whole plaza could be
there's a
really
vacancy
great.
in there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's really small, but he's got his smoker, he's got all the things, and we are so hungry for barbecue in Atascadero, as you know. We've got lots of pizza and burgers and Mexican food, and we're looking for other really fun things that everybody's, been asking about. So,
cool.
Yeah, so that's happening. We've got Beach and Biscuits, and they are opening up at the Flums Muffler right on the corner of Traffic Way in El Camino. And
that's still got a little ways to go, huh?
They just submitted their plans.
Okay.
So, and it looks awesome. They do have to take down the canopy because that canopy is not going to make it.
The original one?
Yeah.
Okay.
We were kind of excited to see if they could restore it, but the pigeons have been roosting up there for way too long. I think it's got to come down. So they're going to build it out. They're going to have all sorts of good stuff. They're going to open a general store just around the corner at where Colony and Atascadero Magazine is. So right now they're upstairs by...
Colony, the Atascadero Magazine?
Yep, exactly. Okay. So they're going to move downstairs and open up a coffee shop / general store, which will be really fun. They're going to carry out a lot of the local goods. That's kind of one of the things we were talking about with the At Her Table local vendors. So that'll be fun. Come drink your coffee, listen to some vinyl from Traffic Records, read some books from Odyssey, and they can point you to all the other little shops in town. It'll probably be like a pretty cool little visitor center too. So.
And who's opening that one?
The owners of the Matson family.
Okay, so Matson. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought we were...
Yep.
These guys were coming around and opening up another one.
No. And so we can kind of talk about that once, of course, they come in for their business license, which they're now kind of doing. So once that happens, I know it's really close to happening or getting there. And they don't have a ton of tenant improvements to do. They're just going to open it up. But that place has been kind of shuttered for a long time. Remember Mobley's?
Right.
Like board shop? That was there.
Well, that used prior to that was a convenience store.
Exactly.
It was a grocery store.
Well, and the gentleman the family still owns that.
Really?
A really nice guy inherited it when his family passed, and he's like, my grandpa used to own this general store. I want to open it up. I want to do really exciting things. And his existing tenant was like, we'll move downstairs and do all that. We have a vision for it. So already the blinds are open. You can see in the building. You can see how beautiful it is, and they're going to open it up immediately and then kind of do some tenant improvements to get it back to what it was in its original form.
Have you heard any stories like it's haunted or anything?
No, but I heard City Hall is.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm there sometimes all by myself late at night.
You guys were talking about that the last time that Terry was on.
Yeah, I've heard that. I hear lots of weird noises, but we got HVAC.
I mean, you got this
and-
massive apex of just noises that carry. It could be a mouse jumping off to hit a book, and it's like ding. It's like, whoa,
exactly. I don't get freaked out. I think it's pretty cool. Even if it were, I'd be working there and be like, well, hey, hey, who's with me?
Really?
I've got company tonight while I'm working. So.
What are some of the businesses or some of the locations in Atascadero that you're having a hard time getting like people into or businesses into?
I think it's the ones that aren't built yet. So we have a really cool development going on at Del Rio. So Clint Pierce from Madonna Enterprises, wonderful man, awesome landlord, is going to be he's building out the Valley Fresh.
Okay, so that's the one that's across from like the hotel.
Exactly.
Okay,
yeah.
which is massive.
It is.
That's not all Valley Fresh, right?
Nope. It's also going to be Central Coast Distillery. So they're downtown right now, but they're going to have a lot more room.
Central Coast Distillery, where's that at?
Forager, Central Coast Distillery. It's right downtown.
Right across the...
Yeah, in that beautiful little plaza that's kind of tucked back.
Okay.
So they got their own little vibe going on. But they're going to be moving out there. Now they're going to have a huge patio, way more square footage, have their full operation, because right now they're making it work in a pretty small space.
That's one down Traffic Way? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Exactly. And they're amazing people, but they've been, they're going to be opening up over there, so that space will come open. But it wasn't planned to be as much of a retail center, but now that we have a retail anchor, I think more retail are starting to kind of be interested. We want to actually make sure that not only is the retail component coming in, but the job center, because we don't have a lot of flat developable land left in Atascadero. We have some, but we're like on Billy Goat property, you know, with lots of oak-studded hills and lots of topo. So it'll be really interesting to see as he's doing phase 2 and phase 3, which is really like he called it at first Del Rio Exchange. So it's a little bit of that live work, mixed use, light industrial, roll-up door, but you could have your office there or your recording studio there or a paint, contracting company there or whatever you wanted, and he'll build it to suit. So he's kind of waiting for tenants to come in and be like, hey, I want a piece of that building, that 10,000 square foot building, and I'll take 2 suites, and so just don't build the wall in between them, and I'll take 4,000 square feet. So then he can build it out for you.
So this is the guy that's building the fresh market place. Because
So
I see there's
all
what,
campus.
1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's like 4 big, larger buildings.
It is, and that's just the beginning because it's multi-phased, and it's like a campus, really.
So all those spaces aren't necessarily occupied or accounted for with businesses going in.
He's still actively
it's
leasing.
just coming up.
Yeah, so we'll probably do some marketing, maybe as a city or with Clint, maybe combined. We did that when a lot of the co-working spaces were opening, when La Plaza was leasing for residential. We kind of partnered and did some digital marketing where we were like, hey, if you're tired of, if you're tired of driving over the grade, or if you're tired of sitting in traffic, consider Atascadero. You can live here, you can work here, you can build your new business here. So we'll be doing some of that to make sure we're bringing quality jobs, because we've always been a bedroom community, and we probably always will be. That's great, but it's also doesn't make us whole as a city. We need a little bit more, and I think people are now knowing they don't have to drive over the hill or out of town to open their business. They can do it right here, and I hope they know that that's an option, and we're going to just create the spaces for them. And
well, cool.
Yeah, and let them know it's there.
Well, it is 8:46, so it's time to take a commercial break.
Cool.
So we will be right back to the Morning Brew.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today, we can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers, we have friends.
Hi, welcome to Kennedy Club Fitness, where we have something for everyone. We have weights, cardio, group exercise classes, racquetball, basketball, swimming, and pickleball coming soon. Here at Kennedy, we're committed to health, wellness, and community. Stop by any of our 4 locations: Paso Robles, Atascadero, San Luis Obispo, and Arroyo Grande, or check out our website at kennedyclubs.com.
cues. Yeah.
Hey, welcome back to the Morning Brew, guys. Monday morning, March 11th, and with me as our guest host, we have Lorelei Kappel. She is telling us all things Atascadero and then beyond, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we talked about your at our table event on Sunday, and we had mentioned the bowls and the pottery and stuff like that. So we like to partner up with Echo Shelters in Atascadero. Super awesome people. Austin and Wendy are doing a great job. I was just there in the Paso campus and dropped off finally since November. I had been driving around with 6 bags of clothes.
Donations.
Yeah.
Good for you.
And so
Thank you for doing
dropped
that.
off and it was totally cool. The campus is really nice, really cool people, and really locked down. I mean, gates everywhere.
Yeah.
To kind of, keep everybody in. But it kind of reminded me of it was an old hotel, but as far as the people out there congregating around and stuff like that, kind of looked like a college campus.
Oh, that's cool.
So, but anyway, so let's talk about Echo and the empty bowls
Yeah.
coming up.
They're doing such
Have
great
you
work.
participated?
I haven't
that?
actually. This year I plan on it.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah, very excited about it. I missed it. I think it was just a conflict with travel or something in the past couple of years. But it wasn't on my radar for a while because I was always working in SLO and at another job. But now that I'm at the city of Atascadero,
So you're gonna be
it's
serving?
right there. I want to. I haven't signed up for that, but I'll be there. I'll be attending. I'll probably be eating.
Yeah, it's super cool. I'm sure you've been there. You've
have.
been to them.
Yes.
And it's been going on
Yes.
for so
Yeah.
long. And people these bowls are amazing.
Yeah.
And they're made by, there's not just made by a pottery, it's students,
Yes.
Kids are making these, residents are making them.
Yeah, you've got all sorts, and just imagine it's kind of like your trophy for giving back to the community. Once you're done, you get to keep your bowl. It's pretty cool. But I know the pottery, Alicia Teague at the pottery, that's a big place in her heart, and she's been getting her bowl stock up and going for a very long time, getting it ready for this event. So.
Yeah, last year I got the privilege to serve, there, and I'd never even heard of it. That's what's so cool about What's Up North County is there's so much stuff that I live here. I've never left, right? And I don't know about any of these things, and that's what makes this so unique, and what I like being a part of, because we're able to bring these events that have been going on. I think this is last year was 7 or 8 or something, but for a very long time.
They bring in so much in the way of donations, and they have an operating cost and everything they do at Echo. It's just, the sky's the limit. If they bring in another $1, they get to, help with Christmas presents, the Christmas season. The stuff that they do there is so awesome. And I think the only way out of being unhoused and the trauma that they've kind of experienced is stability, and they really offer that, at Echo. It's really interesting to see what they've been able to do in their success stories. They're starting to talk about, okay, we've placed this many people now in permanent housing just because we could get them stabilized here. When you're living in your car, you're couch surfing from place to place, and you don't have the same place to lay your head. It's really interesting what it does on the psychology and the next generation and the next generation. But as soon as you can kind of break that cycle and get them into some stable housing, it's just really interesting to see.
Yeah,
what they've
Austin
done.
was just saying that they placed, I can't remember the exact number, but over 200 last year.
Yes.
And they're already trending past right now what they did and what they're projected to do for this year too.
And I wonder if that's because they have the Paso and Atascadero shelter now.
I asked the same question.
I'd be really curious.
Yeah.
I was kind of looking at the legislation that was coming down and you're just going to take people that are unhoused and build them a house and everything's going to be great, or build them a shelter.
Proposition 1.
And then I was thinking, well, what they're doing now, and as I talk more to Wendy and Austin and hear about their stories, it's it all comes down to the stability. Once the people are in the same exact place every day, they can get their checkups from a doctor. They can make sure they have what they need every day. The kids wake up in the same place and feel stable doing their homework. It's so interesting to see how just having that one place to land really does allow them to say, okay, now I've been able to stay in my job for X months, and now I can actually, jump into affording a home or getting into the next step. So I think it's pretty cool. It's creating this pipeline of, success, and
Totally.
it's what we need.
Yeah.
There are people.
And it's a really cool event. You get to taste like all kinds of different soups.
Oh yeah, that's the best part.
And that's the competition amongst the caterers and the businesses and the restaurants, to where, I mean, it's a time for them to showcase what they can do, and also kind of their business, you know, because again, there's so many, you know, Atascadero is growing like crazy.
Yeah.
You know, you go down this finger, oh, there's like 6 more businesses. Oh, there's, I mean, literally, that's what I mentioned last time. You had to walk down Entrada to just notice businesses, because driving just doesn't work.
Yeah.
You know, because you might be looking this way past something over here, or, you know, whatever it may be, but you literally have to get out. You almost need like a tour, like one of those little tour things.
It used to be kind of a drop through or drive through kind of thing. Now it's a park once, and, you know, you can spend several hours, you know, just exploring these little spaces. Everything from, like, you hit up, you know, on a weekend night, the distillery, or you go to a movie, and you go, you know, shopping if everything's still open at that hour. And it's just getting to be more and more synergy, and more synergy. And it's not so much that Atascadero is just growing, we're revitalizing, which is really cool too, because it's not necessarily growing up, it's just rebuilding, and a lot of our buildings are really old. So as more development interest comes in, you've got someone who's like, gosh, I could really fix this place up and make it, you know, it was built in what, the 60s? Oh yeah, we could do something great with this.
But that vintage, that
funk,
old look, I mean, that's kind of in.
Yeah.
You know, everybody likes that stuff.
I know. You look at Traffic Way. I was looking at it the other day, and it's you go from the Artery to, you know, Traffic Records to Golden State Goods to Racketeer Room, and everything has a different color, and they're all, it's fun, and it's colorful, and it all has its own personality. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
So Lorelei, what do you like to do? What, I mean, other than, you know, I mean, you love working at, you know, where you work. You love doing what you do.
Much.
But and of course, baseball games and sports and, but there's always summer ball, right?
Yes.
So.
Oh, we'll have that too.
Yeah. But what else do you do around here? What's your hobbies?
Sure. Okay. Well, I love hiking. I'm a big hiker.
Okay. So let's talk on that.
Always I try and get in 2 a week, whether I'm heading to Cambria to do, you know, the, what is that awesome trail? Piscalini Ranch Preserve.
Okay.
Yeah, go up the backside of Santa Rosa Creek and do the whole boardwalk and come over.
That's the one that you have to go out to the park, or out to the, you cross the road and go out to, there's a park out there.
Yeah.
Right? And then you hang a left at the end?
Yep, that's exactly it.
Where they have like some mushrooms or something that people always post. I always see people posting about
really
like the plants and people, or mushrooms or something like that, and people picking them.
I didn't know about
You
that.
know? Oh yeah, they're completely.
I haven't been picking any mushrooms.
Yeah, they're it's totally against the law, actually.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's like an endangered mushroom
how
of some sort. Yeah.
Okay.
I see it all the time because I'm like part of all these different groups.
Wow.
And people, I mean, they get fired up about their mushroom over there.
Okay. Well, be sure not to do that.
Yeah. Don't even kick them.
Yeah, I won't even do it.
Yeah.
It's probably the time of year right now because it's all damp and dank. So love doing that. I'm always up. We do a quick one up Pine Mountain or Three Bridges in Atascadero. At least once a weekend, we'll take the dog or get some friends together. It's always nice when you can get your girlfriends together and be like, all right, let's catch up and on the Gab and.
So I just saw, because we do that on the weekends with the kids and our friends and stuff like that. We've done, like I said, the Jim Green.
Yeah.
You know, which is a
Great
really
one.
cool one. I always feel like on the Jim Green, like we have to walk really fast past the driving range. I think
so
that's
you don't
whole
get
number.
nailed by a golf
Yes,
ball?
because I've always hit. You know, whenever I'm a terrible golfer. I never really go, but when I do, it's 9 out of 10 shots. It's going left
You're
or
gonna
right.
shank it.
And there's been a couple, several shanks that went up the hill. Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a trail up there. I just thought it was
Just go,
a.
sorry, heads up.
Totally. Now I'm like, oh, okay, guys, we have to walk fast.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, get past here, and it's like, looking. All right, they're not going. Let's go.
It's a good one. It'll get your blood pumping, and we usually do it twice. We just kind of do a quick, like, we're not done talking yet. Let's do one more. So that's a really good one. But other than that, you know, again, kids sports, that's always my, you know, number one pastime. And I'll say the only other thing that I do that is really funny is I joined a mom scooter gang.
A what? Mom's scooter?
Yeah.
Like you ride those little
we
scooters?
all have like the Segway scooters. And there's 8 of us. And
Segway scooters?
Yeah, just like the electric scooters.
Okay.
And they go like 40 miles an hour on like top speed. They're really awesome. And we have so much fun. So you'll see us in the hills of Atascadero.
Oh my gosh.
Hauling around the back roads. We have our headlamps and we've got our helmets on. We're very safe.
Oh my God, I wish we had a picture of this.
Oh, I'm sure they're floating around. It's really funny.
Moms on scooters?
Yeah, it's called the MSG, the Mom Scooter Gang. And we always joke like we're dangerous, but we have snacks and Band-Aids. So don't worry, we're safe. So we just joke. We're all 40 something, and we all just are like, one person did it one time. They're like, that was so fun. You know, when you ride the Lime scooters, when you go to like, I don't know if you've been to Scottsdale for like spring training or.
I'm trying to envision
Or like
the
downtown
scooters.
San Jose at the convention center has the Lime scooters or the Bird scooters that you swipe your credit card for. Even Nashville. I was there with my daughter last summer, and we ended up renting the scooters because you got to get around town. You don't want to hail an Uber. So you just rent a scooter and you swipe your credit card and go, well, we were having so much fun on those elsewhere that we said we should all just get them and cruise around Atascadero. So now you get to see the whole Atascadero from your scooter.
How does that work with like license? Like, I mean, because it's a motor vehicle, right?
We're on this. It's like more like a bike.
It's like a motorized bike. So
bike.
you don't ride on the road. You ride on the bike lane.
We definitely ride on the road.
You're like, get out of the way, beep beep.
We crashed. I think it was the parade, the Hot El Camino nights, the parade last August. We had so much fun. We were just riding down the median and hi, police chief, like just passing people down the center median. It's just funny.
How many members?
There's 7 of us.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you guys growing? Are you guys taking on new members?
I think so. We'll have to see if there's some
You have
initiation.
a vetting process?
Yeah, there's a hazing process, but we're moms. We got to show up to work on Monday and be
gosh,
safe.
that's
No,
funny.
no women down. Gotta have fun. I mean, the kids get to have fun, and now we're all at the stage where we want to have fun too. So that's what I do on my weekends every once in a while,
Very
and
cool.
play bunco, and hang out with my friends, check out a new place, a new venue, a new winery. We're trying to do a lot of that, but kind of going into that different season of life where you got to see something. What do you do on the weekends? Any tips?
You know what's funny is it just really changes. You know, 'cause I'm not drinking right now.
Yeah. Good
you
for
know,
you.
so I'm not
Good for
drinking.
you.
I'm kind of eating my own boring way. So
Yeah.
it's pretty boring.
Yeah.
But
Boring is awesome.
Yeah.
If
Well, but
everybody's
it's-
healthy, it's awesome.
It was all right. You know, like yesterday was my birthday, so yeah, thank you. We had some, the kids over and we barbecued, and like I said, we were going to go over to the beach, but it was like really overcast.
Yeah.
So, but it kind of changes, now that the time has changed.
Yeah.
It's kind of changes the landscape of the day. I really hope whatever happened. Didn't we vote on this? It's
I
like
was thinking
last
the
year
same thing.
or year
Yeah.
before.
My daughter's in Arizona. She's like, time doesn't change here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why does ours? But I know it's a farming thing.
I'm
Used to be.
100% sure we voted on it. And it's like maybe they forgot we voted on it or something.
Forget.
Something is like COVID hit or something. I don't know, because
I
it's
don't
like
know, 'cause
they had a big talk about the whole benefit of not changing it, being
Yeah.
energy efficient. You're gonna use less energy because the lights, the outside's gonna be lit longer,
Yeah.
so you're not gonna be using lights. You're not gonna
Yeah.
be using, But I guess they forgot.
I'm going to Google that when I get
Right?
Yeah, back to my desk.
Yeah,
Interesting.
But we were talking about the sports. I mean, that stuff goes really fast. And it's a blink of an eye. It's like people complain about, I have to take this, I have to go there. Oh, they're playing there. I have to go, get off work and this and that. But really,
Such a
when it's
short
gone,
time of your life,
so
in
short.
the grand scheme of things, it's like this, and poof, it's over.
It's so funny because I mean, I know baseball and football parents are pretty much the same. They're super psychotic, right? And
Oh, no.
No, really,
me.
and they'll go to all lengths of travel to go watch the game, do whatever they can. If they can't make it, somebody's
Yeah.
live streaming. You're trying to do everything, but when that's over, you kind of like indulge your whole life and your time
Yeah.
spent into the sport.
you're like-
Watching your son or daughter play this sport, and when it's over, it's just like,
Now what?
What do you do? It's
Yeah.
like being an empty nester,
Yeah.
but yet
You commiserate
sports.
with the other parents that also
Right.
aren't doing it. I would have to argue too, or add to your psychotic parents, that I think there's the club. We did club volleyball and club soccer, and I think they're both in that category of crazy.
Oh,
parents,
100%.
too.
Club
Once you
anything.
get to club,
Yeah.
and it's
That's a
sad
different
because
level.
I'm noticing now, at just say at the high school, you can't really be a 3-sport athlete anymore. I mean, you can try,
Right.
but it's not really. It doesn't work, because if you go into CIF in one season, you're going to be coming in late to your other season, and you're behind
Yep.
and you're behind. So it doesn't really work. And then you have to have like 10 practices per CIF coach in under your belt in order to play. So then you're another month out. So it's one of those things.
It's almost
Didn't
thing where
used
you
to be
have
like
you
that.
have to make a decision.
You do.
And it's sad. And I've always said that football is one of those last sports that don't have like a club sport,
Yeah,
right?
you're
They
right.
don't have a club team.
So they're pulling the whole team, the whole
Right.
band together instead of like losing some to elite play, that's traveling all over the place.
Exactly.
That's a good point.
So, in that aspect, I wish there would be some way that they would, kind of have that blackout area, to where it's football season or it's baseball season or it's soccer season or something like that. Because some kids play high school and they're playing their club. Their club's doing the same thing at the same time.
Well, and this year we lost one of our best soccer players to club. He just decided to play club instead of at the high school, which was great for him because he has a future in it and he's an awesome player. But then the team, shrinks. And by the time everybody's a senior, if they're playing off at different levels, you're down to how many seniors? I mean, I think this year we played Paso on Friday. Paso had no seniors on their entire team. Again, on varsity, and they had I think sophomores and maybe even some freshmen. We have a couple sophomores on our baseball team, but we only have 5 seniors left. It just, as you get along, as you get further and further along, by the time they're seniors, if it's not their sport and they're not 100% in and willing to spend every 5 days a week dedicating themselves to it, they're out.
And I think a lot of times, unfortunately, the politics of the school kind of comes into play, which is why people opt to go, travel or club, because it can be more controlled, and the equipment can be what they are, funded through different means and parents and whatnot. Whereas high school is like you get what you get. That's your coach. That's your this is the program, and because I know there's a lot of schools here in the North County that they don't get like apparel. They don't get hats. They don't get, like you would join a team. Here's your Atascadero
Here's
Greyhounds,
your pads,
all your
here's
stuff.
your helmet, here's your,
where they have to actually either buy their own, and everybody has to get it, or none of them get it at all.
Yeah, I mean, our boosters team is awesome, and those parents come out and donate, but they're already donating and already paying. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot.
Atascadero has a really cool boosters program.
They really do.
And I don't think they do it anymore, but it was Bones Barbecue. I don't know if you remember this, but this was on for ever and ever and ever, and it was like on a Wednesday night, I think it was a Wednesday night, and it was beer. And beef ribs.
Wow.
So it was called the Bones Barbecue.
They do the tri-tip drive-through. Like you'd pay $30 or $40 and you get a tri-tip, a salad, and bread, and you just take it to go and eat it at home, and that's pretty cool. But
this was basically just a once a month.
I would do that.
It was so fun.
Do that.
It was like, I don't know, it was like $30, $20 or something like that. You go in there and drink all the beer you wanted.
I was gonna say, what kind of beer?
Yeah,
what were they serving?
Pacific Beverage Company would bring over a trailer, and they'd have their 4 or 3 beers or whatever.
Yeah.
Barbecue. There was usually kind of like the boosters do now, where the sports, each sport, it's like a focus sport of that month, or focus 2 sports, and they'd give their speech, and then there'd be the money that was raised for that would go to that sport that month. So it wasn't necessarily specific to like football or anything.
Yeah.
But then you'd have old coaches, like Coach Larry Welsh was always there.
Oh, awesome.
Coach Ed Cabrera. I mean, just all these old coaches and current coaches
They're
and
still
parents.
here somewhere.
Oh yeah, yeah. But it's just a cool thing. And and 2 years ago, I was asked to go to a Hall of Fame from Atascadero. One of my old coaches, Rocky Spurgeon, and he was inducted into the Atascadero Hall of Fame, right? And I'm like, I didn't even know they did that.
Yeah.
And it's like, and that
I was at the last one last year.
Really?
Yeah.
I went there and I took my son and I had a blast.
That's so
and
cool.
We sat there and talked to Coach Welsh. I haven't seen Coach Welsh in years.
Yeah.
And I mean, just all these just old, from like when I went to school and I played, and it was just like really interesting.
Yeah.
And I had no idea that this Hall of Fame thing
I
went
know.
on.
And I know they have a panel and they make all these decisions, and that's funny. Last year it was, I think, Rainani Rodriguez. I'm sure we all you were probably in the high school at the same time. And I remember her being this, huge star in everything she played, basketball. And then sure enough, I was at one of the football games, and right before they did the Hall of Fame, they did it in conjunction with our, football game or something like that. And so the whole crowd was watching everybody get inducted. It was actually really cool. Good ceremony. Yeah.
Well, I think we missed a commercial. It's 9:06, so we should take a commercial real quick. So we'll be right back to the Morning Brew.
What's up, North County? Nate Santos here, owner of Santos Bros Plumbing. You might recognize me with my dancing horses at local events such as the Atascadero Tamale Festival, Templeton 4th of July, and Paso Pioneer Day. I am now available for all your home plumbing service and repair needs. From minor drips and drops to emergency leaks and clogs. For the best plumbing service, call Santos Bros Plumbing, pipe wranglers to the rescue.
Atascadero isn't your standard getaway. We're unique, just like you. We're growing, transforming, and figuring it out as we go. We're a town filled with innovators, artists, makers, and game changers. We're a little bit country, a little bit funky, and always authentic. We're here for your good times, your slow times, and your changing times. We're all in Atascadero. Come see for yourself. Learn more at visitatascadero.com.
Welcome back to the Morning Brew, guys. Monday morning, March 11th. And Lorelai, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank
it was
you.
so fun. We had a blast.
So much
We didn't
fun.
even really touch on much of the stuff. We just sat there and talked about the gang that you're in.
do this
That's
all
going to
day.
be probably the highlight.
That's going to get out there, and it's going to be the wrong connotation, but it's so fun.
Atascadero officials in a gang.
Yeah, we're keeping the streets safe by scooter. Yeah,
That's so cool.
That's what we do.
That's so
Patrolling
cool.
town.
Hopefully you guys wear knee pads, shoulder pads, all
Just
that stuff.
helmets, but we're pretty safe.
Yeah.
Again, we're moms. We got to show up to work on Monday, and we got to make dinner when we get home. So.
And a wine glass holder?
No, you do not drink and ride.
Good.
It's a big no-no.
Good.
But we do
That
make
was
a
that
stop
was
at
a
the
test.
distillery.
That was a test. You just ride
Yeah.
between drinking.
Yes. Yes. And get home safely.
Awesome.
That's it.
Well, thanks so much for coming on. We really
you.
appreciate it. We appreciate everything you guys are doing there in Atascadero. You guys are killing it.
I love what
You know,
you're doing. This is amazing.
Well, you
This is where
guys
I get
got
all my news.
This is so easier. So much easier to because you guys have so much stuff going on, and it just helps to feed our program
Oh, yeah.
of what's happening here in the North County. So, thank you for coming on. Really
Thanks for
appreciate it.
having me.
Can't wait till the next time.
Oh yeah, we'll do it soon.
Awesome.
Thank you. Take care.
Well, there you have it, guys. Hey, thanks for tuning in to What's Up North County Morning Brew. And as always, guys, we can't do this without you and our sponsors. We'd like to thank Escalar Wines, Wine Travelers Hideaway, Visit Atascadero, 805 Customs, Santo Brother Plumbing, Pacific 805 Spas, Hanson Enterprises, Story Termite Pest Control, Borhone Auto Center, Kennedy Club Fitness, and Airflow Filter Services. Thanks again. We'll see you tomorrow.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today, we can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers, we have friends.
Hi, welcome to Kennedy Club Fitness, where we have something for everyone. We have weights, cardio, group exercise classes, racquetball, basketball, swimming, and pickleball coming soon. Here at Kennedy, we're committed to health, wellness, and community. Stop by any of our 4 locations: Paso Robles, Atascadero, San Luis Obispo, and Arroyo Grande, or check out our website at kennedyclubs.com.
What's up, North County? This is Teresa Branch with Airflow Filter Service. We are a family-owned business right here in the North County. We have air filters, oils and lubricants, and hydraulic hoses. We provide services that include air filter cleaning, DPF cleaning, and waste oil collection. Come check us out at 1140 Ramada Drive, and we can help you with all your automotive and industrial vehicle needs.
Atascadero isn't your standard getaway. We're unique, just like you. We're growing, transforming, and figuring it out as we go. We're a town filled with innovators, artists, makers, and game changers. We're a little bit country, a little bit funky, and always authentic. We're here for your good times, your slow times, and your changing times. We're all in Atascadero. Come see for yourself. Learn more at visitatascadero.com.
What's up, North County? Nate Santos here, owner of Santos Bros Plumbing. You might recognize me with my dancing horses at local events such as the Atascadero Tamale Festival, Templeton 4th of July, and Paso Pioneer Day. I am now available for all your home plumbing service and repair needs, from minor drips and drops to emergency leaks and clogs. For the best plumbing service, call Santos Bros Plumbing, pipe wranglers to the rescue.